Hello, everybody. We are playing East Texas University, a setting that is based upon and lays atop of the Savage Worlds Adventurers Deluxe Edition. Suede, the Savage Worlds' latest rule set, brought to us by Shane Hensley and Clint Black, and East Texas University, authored, for the most part, Preston DeBose and Ed Wetterman. Jimmy Duffy, or Duff as we call him, responsible for the Praetor's Rejects presence, station, group presence, both on YouTube and on Twitch, and also on Spotify and other podcast related modes and media for such pure audio recordings. Whatever your gaming desires, preferences, likes, curiosities may be, I'm sure Praetor's Rejects has something to suit your fancy, to whet your appetite. D&D 5e, both in the realm of the long range, many multi-tens of episodic fashion of long-running campaigns, or the short 1, 2, 4, or 6 shots. Think of your Minds of Phandelver, for example, a good 6 or 8 adventure source book or module. Praetor's Rejects has had all of them. Aliens, Kids on Bikes, certain Savage Worlds settings also. And, of course, always looking to branch out. Something new coming down the pike. The name escapes me, but the one setting that looks sort of Hogswort Academy-like, I think is coming.
Strixhaven.
Yes, there it goes. I think that's either in the works or already on the conveyor belt to being put together and released. So thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Mr. Duff, for putting these East Texas University episodes out to the general viewing and consuming populace. It's a good genre of game. We get a lot of enjoyment, a lot of play, a lot of pleasure out of it. Corey, my friend, you ran this campaign 3 years ago. We enjoyed it so much that after the game ended, we were very sad. And then I decided to pick these characters up, buy the materials, and take a shot at running a semester or two myself. And once again, we were happy. So thank you again, my friend Corey, and to all my players that just continue to treat me to some of the artwork on the side in the Discord channel, dropping in little back of the napkin sketches, pieces of artwork, sims. It's all good fun. Cartoons. What's the word that I had to ask Amai what it was? Chums?
Oh, the chibis.
Chubs? Chews?
The chibi.
Yeah, I didn't know
yeah.
what they were. So
The little cute, simple style.
And of course, I would be derelict if I didn't thank Phil Cho, CHO, Phil Cho over on DeviantArt. I borrowed, lifted, taken some of his character sketches, some of his color art to use here in East Texas University because his offerings are perfect for my needs. So a big shout out, and on occasion when I'm thinking of it, not so completely immersed in the game, if I have 2, 3, 4, a half dozen pieces of his artwork up, I'll be sure to state that that's the source of some of these character sketches for my tokens, and etc. So this is episode 27, I think. This is fully 3 sessions into our fixes of our audio issues. The last 2 sessions have sounded very good, crystal clear. Everybody's volume at a good level. Don't have to strain to hear some of the other players who perhaps their voices are on the quiet side, a little lilting, gentle. Unlike myself, I tend to be a little loud and bombastic with my basso profundo. Never a hard time hearing me as far back as kindergarten, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So I think all the volumes being equalized and recordings being fixed. Uh, let's let's just hope that the various imps and homunculi and various
Oh,
methods and the technology imps and the weather. It's very windy here in South Denver, Colorado, central to mountain United States. Very windy. Winds are picking up. So who knows what the weather methods may have in store for us. So fingers crossed that everybody's mics keep working and our laptops
mm.
don't freeze and blue screen and OBS continues to behave itself. We all try to keep ourselves up to date with updates, especially Fantasy Grounds. It's very unhappy when one of the players gets a version or two behind what the server is running. So, fingers crossed, toes crossed, should you be that flexible. And we'll dive right in. Let's see. I think I'll pull up my character's dialogue. Just the one I usually bring up first. It's the wrong one. I think what I really want is the party sheet. Reset some bennies. Bennies have been reset. Think for a moment. I don't think anybody has any bonus bennies. If I'm forgetting somebody, I'm sure they'll call out. Of course, Sophia being in possession of the luck and great luck edges. Always starts off with a couple of those precious coins, those bennies, those Savage Worlds trinkets that lets you, claim a reroll of a 2-hit, perhaps, or a skill check, an attribute check, a damage roll, something that you could have done a lot better on and just say, want to burn that Benny, or maybe affect the game environment in some small, way, shape, or form. Gosh, I really wish I had brought that spray can of silly string. Well, for a Benny, you can say it's on or about your person. It's good. It's a nice way to affect the game in some small way, and to sort of bend those prisms of light of luck your way, in a manner of speaking. Be careful with those rerolls, however. As soon as you crit fail, by gum, that roll stands. So, where we left off last week, I think we're in Mary Lynn's used book, Emporium. Bring up that map.
We were in the bookstore,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ava has a fan.
looking for a secret
Ava has
passage to
Ava,
go up into an attic, I think.
Ava
A
has
second floor, not an attic.
well,
Um,
if it's the topmost floor, yeah, not entirely incorrect. Could be considered an attic. I think there's some.
I guess if it's the only other floor.
Yeah, there's certainly some folks here. There's a very beleaguered Mary Lynn, an African American woman. Accent reminds you a little more of Georgia, possibly somewhere in what you would call the Deep South, more than Texas. I think. I don't know. Do Texans consider themselves Deep South? I think not. In fact, I think certain
It
Texans
depends
are.
on which part.
Yeah, I think they
They are
consider
the
themselves.
deepest South,
Yeah,
not counting Florida.
that's true. I think Texans consider themselves pretty much like a region all in and unto themselves. So, but
Very true.
Georgia, perhaps up there, the Carolinas, just from the few pleasant exchanges you've had with one Mary Lynn. She's beleaguered. She's busy. She's been skittering back and forth between the cash register right by the front door, which there are two, and of course the coffee bar. Some of the folks here look like students. Some of them look like townsfolks. Some you would call elderly to geriatric, perhaps coming in here having a good cup of coffee, perhaps one of those wonderful baked pastries, and perusing a whatever topic of choice interests them on a given day. It could be a good way to start their day, during the week or what have you. This place is a veritable maze. You could get lost in here, and if you're a fan of books, you could get lost in here for hours. Closing time could come very quickly when you get lost amidst all these wonderful titles. And it has that very pleasant aroma of just old paper, kind of
Mm.
musty. That smell of coffee just sort of permeates the air. Warm sunlight, sort of has, as it comes through some of these dusty windows, sort of brings in a smell all of its own. And I think when last we played, I do try to keep the sort of the business area of these maps in view. As Fantasy Grounds, the user interface is much larger than the little corner that I can have to sort of play with and try to shift the maps around to make sure the business end of the user interface is kept occupied by stuff that I think a viewer might find of interest. So we have the main area of the bookstore. We have a couple of locked doors along the back, and I will share this once again. Don't know what
Thank
that
you.
arrow was. I think that arrow from last time, I was probably pointing out where the restrooms were. And so there was one sort of artifact from last game. Ava hiding in the ladies' rooms. I imagine Sophia's peeking around the corner to see if that one very friendly fellow is
Oh
waiting
boy.
waiting for her to emerge. And Chef sitting on a stool, probably looking at the array of croissants, donuts,
Yeah.
muffins. Imagine some of those croissants have that injected chocolate. I don't know if it's chocolate syrup or if you would call it chocolate sauce. We'll call it a like chocolate syrup infused baguette or soft croissant. Some bagels too. So we are not in combat, I don't think.
No, we weren't in any combat. We were.
It depends.
So,
How
I
does Ava
guess
feel
it
about the
does.
guy?
so my good students found this book, this bookstore sort of highlighted in a passage that would have been easy to overlook. It mentioned a two-story bookstore and the fact that there was a place that had to do with ritual casting up on the second floor. Putting two and two together, these clever students got the answer 4 and decided that Mary Lynn's used book emporium would be the most likely place to explore. Got a place all the way to the left, a locked door. I believe it is the one that Sophia may have been looking at. Perhaps it was Ava when that helpful boy came around the corner and told her that probably shouldn't be messing around back here. That's the office.
Oh, yeah, the office.
Yeah, and there's another locked door with a camera mounted high on the wall with a line, with a cable, with a power cord from it going into a hole in the wall. And a rather clever sign that said, this is not a hotel. If you want privacy, go get a room or some such. I'm paraphrasing perhaps a tiny bit. So that would have been the second locked door. And there's some other doors down this hallway that leads to the restrooms and some other doors that are a little set closer together than the ones in this, I'll call it the main hallway that opens out into the bookshop proper. So you imagine they're, I don't know, probably storage or supplies of some type. And Sophia, at the end of the hallway that you are
Mhm.
sort of looking down, there is a believe. A door that leads to the outside. If I did not put one there, it is my mistake. Bad of me. There should be a door leading to the outside. I may have neglected to add it now that I look at it. Shame on me. Shame on me. I'll say there is definitely a door there. Oh, you know what? No, there's not. I think I see where the back door is. Is that a window? I know there's a back door. Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's a door or something near the office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was. We ran into 2 doors.
Yeah.
And one of them was indeed locked because there was a camera above it, but the other one didn't have a camera on it.
Right. Those are both interior doors. They're both locked. The one closest to the restrooms does have a mounted camera on it. Yeah, we'll put a door in. I guess I'll just put a little. I don't know, a small. Why not use the drawing tool? Not the best drawer when it comes to like moving my mouse to try to draw something, but I'll just draw like a yellow kind of squiggly line there to indicate that there is indeed a back door there. I hope you can see that.
Oh, okay.
And then like exit drawing mode. Yeah. All right. I think we're caught up. Hey, but this bathroom is nowhere as filthy as the one at the Angry Stick, that dive bar / billiard hall or pool hall. But it does look as if poor Mary Lynn has to let some of the chores slide a little bit. It could use a good thorough cleaning, you think?
Oh, poor lady.
Instead of taking the time to get the key, open up the paper towel dispenser, it looks like she just stacked some paper towels, on the sink instead of, doing it right. She had to do it fast. You imagine your mind is sort of cogitating what the, all the effects are. Would you like to?
Well,
Miss Mary Lynn, this is almost as good as my grandma's beignets. You do a great job here.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. Thank you all kindly. I do appreciate it. You seem to be a man of discerning taste. And you had the chicory. You had the chicory coffee, I believe. Trying to place your accent. I want to say the Western Panhandle of Florida, maybe?
No, it's more Louisiana meets East Texas.
All right. Would have certainly been my second guess. I wasn't too far off, geographically speaking.
Yeah, Gulf Coast.
Yeah. She's, as she's talking to you, she's sort of eyeballing to her left and right, just seeing who's getting a little bit low. Anybody that's making the obvious, I'd like more. See if anybody's holding up an empty creamer. She has those little diner creamers, the little silver pitchers, and she's also noticing that there are probably 2 individuals that seem to be making their way slowly towards the cash register, but they stop and look at that that set of shelves up by the register. So looks like they're not quite ready to check out just yet. But as they would say in East Texas, they're fixing to. Well, what's a good Joja saying? Sweetie? I think Darlin's more Texas, so
it's darling, sweetie, or honey, all through the South.
I mean, I'm from Maryland, where hun was popular, so she's sweetie. And she goes, well, sweetie, if I could talk you into pulling a couple shifts here, hiring on. She's like, coffee's free. all
Mm,
shift long. Pat, you
sounds good.
come in and put
I'm
some.
waiting. I'm sorry, ma'am. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just saying, you come in in the middle of the day or towards the end of the day, just like you stack and rack. Help yourself to all the coffee you want.
Yeah, like I said, as long as we can work around my schooling,
I understand.
and then I'm just looking around trying to find the girls because every time we leave them alone, they get
Not
into
every time.
mischief.
I mean,
I'm also
it
trying
was
to
the one
sniff to see if there's smoke.
All right, Shep. I'm not even going to make you make a notice roll. There's a young man comes out of the stacks, out of the maze of books, and says, "Anybody here see this like little dark-haired girl wandering around, looking for me?
Freaking adorable.
Looking for me?"
Looking for me. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's
I don't
looking
know
for
if
me, I swear.
I don't know if she's looking for you, but I heard the girl that's usually with her will knife you in a second. She's from Chicago,
Oh God.
And then I turn around and sip my coffee.
It's so good.
Not.
I'll shank you. So we're in the
He
bathroom, aren't we?
he goes all the way up in the corner, tries to make himself look very small. He rolled a 1 on a
He's like,
spirit.
oh
He
no.
rolled a 1 on spirit. He's a little nonplussed. Has to gain control of himself.
Well, he shouldn't be talking about my Ava.
Oh, that's so funny. So we're doing as teenagers do and hang out in the bathroom. Do I still have a book in my hands? I just remembered. I remember taking a book off, like, oh, this is in the wrong section. Let me go put this back.
Doesn't go in the bathroom.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, yeah, the girls always get in trouble when they're by themselves.
Just so happens it is a medical treatise on reproductive abnormalities.
Mm-hmm. Of course it is. Probably some like 60s, 50s book.
Dog-eared. Somebody's went through and maybe lightly underlined certain passages in there.
Oh my God.
It's got a
I'm gonna be like,
25-cent sticker on it.
Sophia, is that boy still out there? I just want to go. I just want to go and look for these for the second floor.
I see. I see boys.
Yeah.
Multiple boys.
Yeah, just
Oh
to get
no, that's worse.
So many boys.
Oh yeah, there are some boys out there, but not the boy. And just to give a quick example,
The
some
boy.
of Phil Cho's artwork, a real nice sort of cowgirl with her, just the details really nice. The sort of the tank top or the t-shirt underneath her tied off at the
They're cute.
waistband,
I like
cotton
them.
shirt. And you scroll across. I got it blown up. Where are those boys? There's a boy right there. There's a boy, guy looks like kind of like a frat boy, holding a drink. I think there was another one over here. But these are
There's a guy at the table doing finger guns.
Yeah,
I
just
love
examples
that.
of some of the.
I love that.
This guy'd be probably a good match for Ava. It looks like he just came. Looks like he just came from the chemistry lab. He's holding a beaker. I just
The
grabbed
guy
it.
holding a beaker.
He's right outside the ladies' room there.
That's so funny.
Maybe he's there taking like urine samples or something. I don't know. It's kind
Oh no.
I don't. Well, wait a minute. He's holding a beaker that's got like white stuff in it. So, yeah. Enough said about that. Maybe. So,
Oh boy.
so yeah.
So
Sophia, you definitely picked up, and I would be remiss should I not say that I did the artwork for the character art for what's visible right now, of course. Ava and Sophia, and yeah, we use these icons.
yeah, that was a long time ago.
They're beautiful, and
I should make the new tokens for us.
Yeah. Add a couple crow's feet and wrinkles, and
a scar along the neckline.
Let's
Weeks of trauma.
yes, the scar.
Expose a little trauma.
The scar tissue.
Oh my god.
At least one person has a pillow taped around their butt.
Right. Ava gets hurt too much in combat for trying to be. For someone who doesn't try to get into the face of danger, like
for somebody that's trying to be a zebra, you've confused tiger stripes for zebra stripes.
I can only be a zebra if I'm next to a friend, and usually there's only 3 of us. Therefore, it's only like half and half chance of me being next to somebody else that's in imminent danger.
I was about to say, because usually Sophia is usually the one that's running over next to Shep. Ava goes off on her own.
Yeah, I gotta stay back. Really, it should be Sophia because she is the noodliest of us all.
So very afraid to be alone. You have actually died, but I have come closer to death so many more times.
Yeah, it's true. It's at the tower. I think you almost died because you were just dangling.
I don't want to say funny because it's not funny. It's actually quite sad. But I very rarely knock you down in combat when we're going toe to toe. It isn't until one of you tries to move out of combat and I take that one opportunity attack. I hit you every time, and that is when the D6 goes click. Ace.
When will I learn?
Ace.
The escape is when it really hits.
Yeah,
it's happened a lot. So,
and it's almost always you two because Shep usually stays there to defend y'all.
Shep is over here saying, I'm just trying to go live my life in the corner, toss chemistry things, and I can't even do that. Because I'll fall on my face or my butt.
She went down again. Where's Erica? Is Erica here? Hello, Erica.
One of these kids needs to start working out.
Over the summer. I have plans.
One of these kids needs to start working out. Somebody needs to start getting some gains around here.
All you had to do was climb on a rope, 18 feet at the water tower, just 18 feet.
3 of the most unathletic children.
It was a comedy of
errors. We are not athletic at all.
Hey, I made it up.
If you only looked a little harder, there was an escape ladder you could have purchased, right? Or did you have the escape ladder strung up? Or it was a rope. You used a belaying rope, right?
The harnesses, and I think we ended up doing like a pulley system.
Yeah, we sat in
because we're nerds.
Yeah, if I remember right, it was something like Sophia went, "I don't need this. I can do this."
Well, the coast seems to be clear. The beaker boy seems to have moved on, and Sophia, you don't see the guy with the drink in his hand.
The coast is clear, Ava. Unless, oh wait, there could be a secret passage in the bathroom. Didn't you tell me about that in a book?
I mean, there's secrets everywhere. So
I think you could stand in the toilet and flush
it. Who's giving who the...
Isn't that how you teleport?
Listen. I can check the bathroom for secrets. You go fetch Shep.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, I can't bring him in here.
Well, no, don't bring him in here.
That would
Just
look
tell me when
bad.
you get back.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go off and get Shep.
She is going to take paper towels, put them like on her palms, and she's gonna start pressing around by the toilet, by the sink, pull some like do flushes like a couple of times just in case there's a code, and she's gonna turn all of the nozzles on the sink, and she's just gonna try every little thing she can to try and figure out if it will activate a secret door or something, because she'd rather
Lord.
she'd rather look a fool in a bathroom than have to step outside where there's a boy trying to talk to her.
Shep, Nerd Boy beats a hasty retreat out the door, and you are not at all surprised when you see Sophia come into view, like kind of around the corner.
You need to try this coffee.
It smells delicious.
Oh, I like coffee.
I would love some coffee.
Sweeties,
I'll take a coffee.
Sweeties, is this your better half?
No, but this is this is our friend Sophia. She does art really good. Have you seen that portrait on the science building? Or was it the art building? Where was it, Sophia?
Oh no, it was the archaeology department.
Yeah, archaeology.
Archaeology.
The dinosaur.
More people should go that way. I don't think enough people go that way.
Not enough people do.
You did that? The one with the dinosaurs? And all the little sketches of the little kinfolk in the corner, like doing digs and stuff?
That was me.
I sure enough did. I was over there.
Very talented.
Yeah, every once in a while that nice professor there, Mr. Glenn, who's its name, does like a book collection, and I'll stop over and pick them up and put the books that he gave me here up for sale. You did that?
Okay.
You got a real eye for detail.
Cute.
You're not
Been
funny.
doing it my whole life.
You're not funny.
Oh, no.
You really did that.
Yep. That was
Wow.
me. I have a whole portfolio I could bring in next time.
Well, in that case, this coffee cup's on the house. She turns around and busies herself at the calls over her house blend or chicory, darling. No, sweetie.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
House blend or chicory. They're both good. The girl
I haven't had
sitting next to
chicory
Shep
before.
nods and says, "They are both good."
We'll go with chicory.
All right. Girl with a little flair. I like that. Because I don't know if you know, but I'm trying to talk your young friend here into signing on and taking a job here at the bookstore. It'd be awful nice.
Mm-hmm.
You should totally do it.
Yeah. As good as Sophia is, she could totally do artwork and stuff on the windows on the front sidewalk to draw people in. Make this a real place to go.
Yeah. Says, business is good. I guess I could use some help doing some flyers now and again. Say we're doing a special, when St. Patrick's Day rolls around, maybe we'll put a special on books about Ireland, or what's it called, Erin or Erie or Irie, pronounced differently, something like
or
that.
I could spray paint on your building.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking some of those special paints that you paint on glass.
It is the 90s.
And,
like the frosted stuff.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
Those are cute. Those always turn out cute.
Bright colors. And how are you at painting a leprechaun?
Oh, I can paint a leprechaun.
How about
Lucky Charms is a staple in our dorm.
how about a Cupid? Could you do a Cupid
dear.
for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, that's just like an angelic leprechaun. No problem.
Yeah, of course, none of his little bits can be hanging out. Either of them.
Oh, no.
Okay. Rated G establishment and all. People do bring their kids by up and down Main Street.
My art can totally be kid friendly.
So Ava,
cherub.
a girl walks.
Yes.
A girl walks in, and
just knocking on the wall.
I'm gonna roll me just a smarts roll.
Sure. Ava's gonna be looking like a fool in the bathroom.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I suggest
before.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
This girl's humming. She's got a different voice from Sophia, and Sophia generally doesn't really hum a lot. I was just going to see if you thought it was maybe Sophia coming in, but she's like, "Oh,
it's not Sophia." Oh, hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Hi.
Hey. She goes over and starts washing her hands. It's like you new working here? She's looking at all the paper towels that you got. The fact that you seem to be wiping down the walls with no cleanser is odd, but
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't work here, but just wiping down any the splash back.
Splashback. She says, probably find a lot more of that in the men's room, I imagine.
Oh, you won't find me in the men's room.
Yeah, I got 3 brothers. I know a thing or two about splashback.
Oh no. No thanks, I'm good. But just wiping stuff down. No need to worry about. Just waiting for my friend.
She's
Did you see a girl in glasses and a side pony on the way in?
She says, "Look, if you two are gonna get it on in here, I hope you have the good sense to decency to wait until I leave."
No. I'm actually waiting for my friend. There's none of this.
Sure.
Saviors, I told you, it's always the girls.
It's always the girls. First, Ava got drunk. Now she's being accused of doing funky stuff in the bathroom.
She was trying to mac on a nerd boy.
Oh no! Running for her very life.
And she's like, "Look, darling.
Why me?
I mean, you do you, right? I mean, you do whatever makes yourself happy. I'm just saying, it's kind of risky being here in public where anybody like me could just wander on in, interrupt,
No,
whatever.
No.
Whatever.
You're not interrupting anything. I
know because I came in first. She goes back and washes her hands, and she's like, and I mean, it would have been. She says
she has to.
It would have been nice if you left some of the paper towels.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to use them all.
No. That's what jeans are for. Wipes them on the side of her pants.
Oh no! Yes.
Kind of beats a hasty
retreat. Wash your hands. Wipe them on off. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you get the impression she's seen a thing or 3 in her day. She doesn't really look fazed by anything.
She's not a student.
That was insinuated. Kind of hard to tell. Maybe a little too old.
I haven't seen her around campus.
No, a little too old to be a student.
Okay.
The way she carries herself, you'd imagine she probably works at one of the local businesses.
No, I would never deface property like that on purpose.
No, on purpose. She might accidentally on purpose.
Accidentally on purpose. No, I would never.
Yeah. Well, Ava, you washed your hands so many times your fingertips are getting pruny and wrinkly.
Yeah.
Sure you don't want to go to the men's room and
No.
give it a look-see? You know that the men's room borders the back wall. That'd be a great place to put a secret door. But you haven't found anything. It seems pretty solid. Old construction. This old construction.
I don't want to go in the men's room. There's too many men in there.
Well, if you time it just right.
Too many.
If one comes in, you can always duck into one of the stalls.
Just stand on the stall. And just, like, was standing on the toilet, just like, oh my god, please. Worst day of my life. I wish I could die again.
All right. Shep and Sophia chatting with Mary Lynn. Other people come up. Warm your coffee, sweetie. Getting a little bit, getting it low tide there. Want me to top you off? And she's like, all right, these confectionery delights aren't going to eat themselves, Who all wants a second?
Pastries.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like how Sophia got comfortable at the cafe.
She may have even forgotten about Ava in the bathroom.
The Shep's looking over and just
that
kind of
ADHD life.
There's good coffee, and now there are pastries in front of her.
You look
and
like
she's working out in New Jersey.
Crumbs are kind of going down.
You look like
Shep's face.
You look like an apple crumb muffin girl to me. Am I right? With like just a little drizzle with that white icing on the top.
That sounds so fun.
You speak the words and one slides across the counter.
Good, Sophia. They're really good.
Be right with you. She calls out to the front, goes over, rinses her hands off right quick, and makes her way back up to the cash register. Avi, you're really familiar at this point with the bathroom.
With the bathroom.
You pretty much know every nook and cranny. I think you probably touched most of the 3x3-inch ceramic tiles. You know where the grout's missing. You know where the stains
I'm very
are.
familiar with this bathroom.
You know where the when you flush the one commode just so, the seam around the feed leaks just a little bit.
I'm just laughing here because there's no way she can get around the maze without running into at least one guy.
And the worst thing is, it's like you turn a corner, boom, there'll
purpose.
be one there. You don't know in advance. One will just appear.
I want to peek my head out of the door and have a look and be like, Sophia's taking an awful long time. Yeah. I hope that she's fine. Where did they go?
Doesn't seem to be anybody here.
There's nobody outside. She's going to try and stealth her way to freedom.
It's a bear.
Guy comes out of the men's room.
Oh, Lord! Gonna just hop back in here with a slam of the bathroom door. Like, oh God!
Must have been bad chili, he says.
I'm trapped.
He's wearing cowboy boots, so you can hear his footsteps recede down into the stacks.
Stealth my way to freedom.
Yeah.
She doesn't see Sophia anywhere. I'm sure it's been at least 10 minutes.
You don't see her, and you realize this place would probably be a lot more busy with school fully back in swing, were classes back in session, but they are not. There's a girl talking to you at the coffee bar, Sophia. She's like, is your friend waiting for you in the bathroom, Sugar?
My friend. Oh, yes. I have a friend in the bathroom. Yes. Thank you.
You have friends?
Yeah, damn.
Jeff, what are you to me?
You have friends?
That's the meanest thing
Your
you've
punching
ever
bag.
said to me.
Your punching bag brother.
Fine.
I remember the buggy punch from last night. Punch buggy.
Punch buggy.
I still have the bruise to prove it.
That wasn't me. I'm gonna walk away.
Okay.
I sit here and I take another sip of my chicory and another bite of my pastry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You kind of run into Ava as she comes around the corner. You kind of see her peer like halfway around the corner, before she sort of slides out.
Like, there are no men here. Safe. I'm just gonna put the book in the nearest bookshelf.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wave down to Sophia.
I'm so sorry. There's coffee.
She doesn't look sorry. She looks full.
And nothing.
Just a couple of, it looks like
Excuse
apple crumb Danish, maybe. Crumbs on the little crook of her mouth.
Left me in there all by myself. I walked out. A man came out of the other bathroom. I ran back inside. There was another one around the corner. I didn't know what I was going to do.
A girl came in and asked me what I was doing.
The girl came in and said that that we were going to do things in the bathroom that we were not going to do. And I
understand. There were muffins.
You left me for muffins?
So did Shep.
Well, that's fair.
That's fair. Coffee and muffins.
Shep was right where y'all had to meet.
Shep hasn't seen the other dude. Well, not to her knowledge anyway. She's still on the lookout. She goes,
yeah.
Okay, gotta sneak by. I do not want to run into this weird boy again. I put the book away. There is no mating ritual book in my hands.
Okay. Yes.
Please.
I will keep an eye out.
I'm gonna just stealth my way around the corner. Please lead the way.
Wait, let me put a man around every. Hold on.
Of course.
You had one just a few seconds ago. I was like, there's no way she's getting past this.
No, there's boys in every corner.
She's going to crawl through the shelf.
That's right. Knock some books out and slip through. Now, one boy is just, sort of disconcerting, but when you get to two or more, it gets to be bad.
Yeah. Says he was over there. Let's go this way instead.
Okay, let's just stay behind me, and I'll push a boy. I will.
I'll push a boy.
She'll shank one.
I told you that Chicago.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, that's a boy. Goodbye.
Wait, no, come back. I'm gonna push him. I mean, no, I'm not gonna push you, but can you I need to get through here, please.
I need to get through, please. I'm just gonna chill behind Sophia. I'm just holding on to her sweater, shoving my face in it.
Some more Phil shows here on display. Yeah, he's got that. He's got that suspicious white beaker. Maybe he's making drugs.
He's making drugs.
So
oh my God, Shep made it.
Shep, while you were waiting, the girls are coming around the corner. and they're probably giggling and tee-heeing a little bit, and you sort of pick up on the sort of the timbre of their voices because you're tuned into them because you're familiar with them. A young woman, looks like a college student. She comes in with I don't want to call it a stack of paper. I'll call it like a thin sheaf of papers, and she puts them on the counter, and she's like, "Are you Miss Mary Lynn?" He's like, "Well, yeah, sweetie. What can I do for you? I own this bookstore." And she's like, "Well, a friend of mine disappeared almost a year ago, and just to commemorate her disappearance and hope to keep her memory alive, I was wondering, some of the local businesses here are putting up a picture of her with some of her information, just in case anybody, you know, was in Pinebox like a year ago. I don't know, here on business the same time last year, and can remember anything. Do you think you could do that? I'd be ever so thankful. So would her friends. Well, of course I'd do that. I'd be more than happy to. Let me see. Kelly King. Oh, I remember. Talk about it. Yeah, it wasn't quite a year ago. Can't be a year already. Older you get, the faster time goes, I wonder. So sad. Sure, sweetie, I'd be more than happy to post put a sign inside by the cash registers and one taped to the inside of the window looking out so passerbys can kind of see. I sure do wish you a lot of luck in this endeavor. I hope somebody's seen something and remembers something and comes forward. He says, "Well, thank you so very much." And she kind of wanders out. It's like she's got a manila folder in her hand and a lot more papers to distribute.
Somebody's missing. Ooh, could that be? Is that
Well,
fellow student?
isn't that so sad? Isn't that just so sad? That's awful. I hope she's okay wherever she is. Mary Lynn's talking to herself.
That is very sad.
Miss Marilyn, I couldn't help it over here. That you, she said she disappeared a year ago.
Yeah, she picks up the 3 sheets of paper and she puts them down, kind of in front of you, but not near your coffee cup, like a little more towards her, towards the business end of the bar, rather than up front towards where you'd be sitting drinking. So you'd have to reach, a little bit to get to it if you want to. But she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to take a chance of putting the paper down someplace where there's like a coffee ring that would soak through.
Do you mind if I look at one, see if I remember?
She says, "Nah, cat can look at the king, sweetie."
Thank you.
Yeah,
So I'll
very
pick it
pretty.
up.
It's a color picture. Looks like it was like a white page with black text, and it looks like it was scanned with a color picture. So there's like a color picture, 5x7 in the middle of this, and it said "missing," and it's March 17th of last year. And it's a very pretty redheaded girl, long red hair, and just like stunning green eyes, high cheekbones. You can't see much below her neck, but it looks like she was a little pale and quite thin. And her name is Kelly King, spelled the simplest way you can spell Kelly. 2 L's and only 1 E, Kelly.
Right.
Missing, a year ago. Not quite a year, since it's only January right now. And the date that she was missing, ETU freshman, from, near Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
If you've seen or know her whereabouts, please contact Pinebox Police Department. And it probably says something like, not in memory of, but always on our mind, missing but in our memory. Some nice, sort of flowery speech like that, just to portray the meaning that she's badly missed and that there is still hope that she's someplace safe. And there are 3 of these sheets. You can kind of see through the paper a little bit, especially the color part, that the paper isn't exactly stacked 1, 2, 3. It's shuffled a little bit. It looks like it's the same, at least on the second sheet.
Mm-hmm. Does she look familiar at all? Like I would have seen her on campus or in
You can all make a
class.
You can all make a common knowledge roll plus.
Yeah, try to remember if we've seen her
Common
from our
knowledge
own
of plus.
freshman year.
Yeah, common knowledge of +2, I think, is a fair assessment. And yeah, there's another guy comes up. Looks like he might be I don't know, grad student or something. Finger gun guy.
The finger guns. Oh boy. Don't remember that.
Sophia, you remember hearing about this and it being quite the hot topic on campus. And Shep, this girl was in a class across from you, across the hall from you. You would see her going in the same time you went in. You would see her exiting that classroom at about the same time that you did. You were probably taking like an AP biology class. She was probably taking, something like algebra for non-majors. And she seemed fairly well liked and friendly, cheerful, smiling. Probably, the 2 of you crossed paths once or twice, awkwardly smiled and said hello to one another. And sure, with an 11, this happened the semester after your classes were in the fall semester. This happened at towards the beginning or early mid spring semester. The consensus was that she just kind of had a nervous breakdown and quietly left campus.